If you're anything like me, you've probably always dreamed of having an opportunity to live as a hobbit, especially in a place like the Shire. And that, let's be real, that's the majority of the inspiration of this channel, Happy Hobbit, is Shire living, slow living, hobbitcore, cottagecore. We've always had that at our heart, well before those hashtags or terms even existed. So much of my family and my lifestyle involves living in friendship with the earth and in kinship with the land, from growing some of our own food to raising livestock, collecting eggs from our hens, and it's such a Shire-like existence that I truly feel like a hobbit so much of the time. It should come as no surprise that I am absolutely over the moon to share that I am planning on attending the Brandy Wine Festival this year. The festival is hosted by a group called Middle-earth Adventures, and just their name excites me. And from what I understand, it's almost going to be like a mashup of a fantasy fair or festival with LARPing. Now, I did not realize that LARPing encompassed anything other than fighting with foam swords. So when I first heard about this event and that it was a LARPing event, I thought it would be for people who wanted to go battle, which I'm not opposed to. But I have since been educated and my eyes have been opened that LARPing just means staying in character. So I'm not even joking. If you want to go and just actually immerse yourself in Middle-earth in the Shire with a bunch of other hobbits like me, then this is the thing for you. Because there's literally a designated area where you're in-game and you're in character all the time. There's an area you can go if you want to, talk about boring stuff like what you do for work or something. I don't know what boring people talk about. But there's everywhere else is you get to be your character, and it's like, it kind of reminds me of a video game because there's going to be NPCs, which for those of you who are unfamiliar with video game terminology, that means non-playable characters scattered around, and they will basically give you quests. Like, you can go and explore and find out information about what's going on. For example, you might hear that frog and be like, is that really a frog? Is that going to start a quest? I mean, I don't actually know, but I'm glad I don't know, because that's why I want to go. I get to find out. I get to play the game. These were my favoriteest types of games to play when I was younger, and I have no shame. The only reason I stopped playing imagination games was because there was no one else to play with me. I mean, that's probably why I became a creative writer, because then I could still play my little imagination games and just play it with my characters on the page, since no one else would play with me, because grown-ups are boring. Most of them, a lot of them. Some of them are boring. I don't like boring, as you can tell. But even if you're not wanting to set out on Hobbit quests, there's going to be a lot of other activities. You can learn traditional dances, book binding, cloak making. The concept for this festival is based on this idea from the books of the Brandy Wine Festival being something that the Brandy Bucks hosted every year, where hobbits would come and get together with extended family and with friends and camp out, because even though Brandy Hall was massive, it wasn't big enough to accommodate everyone who came. So that's the same theme for this event. So you can bring your own tent, you can reserve a tent if you want to stay in the in-game area and be a hobbit even when you sleep. And it's also set during the time period shortly after Frodo and the other hobbits have left the Shire to go on their quest to, well, they don't know what it is yet, but to go on the quest to, spoiler, destroy the ring. And the community's feeling a little what just happened? Bilbo disappeared at this party. Actually, that might not be true, because if it's only book accurate, Bilbo disappeared and then Frodo left 17 years later or something. So don't quote me on that part. But the community, nevertheless, is a bit rattled by all this change and these people taking off and disappearing, going on adventures. And so they can tell things are afoot. And I have a feeling that if you're one of these tookish, adventurous hobbits and you go out and about, you're going to sniff out some larger plot. The event is taking place in October in Kentucky, which I've never had the honor of visiting, but everything I've seen from films and TV shows looks absolutely gorgeous, so I'm really excited to see some of that state. So you have time to plan, but you don't have a ton of time to figure out if you want to go or not, because there's only 1,800 tickets available and you can only get them on the Kickstarter. And the Kickstarter is only around for a little over another week. I am so excited to go for a lot of reasons. You may or may not have noticed I haven't been producing much content lately, and that's because I've been undergoing a healing process with an illness that surprised me. And this event is giving me something like a ray of light. It's something for me to look forward to as I heal and as I recover, and I'm just planning on completely immersing myself not only in the cozy world of hobbits, which I kind of do a lot of the time anyway, but also into figuring out who is my character going to be, what's she going to be like, what's her name going to be. Obviously, Tolkien loved to name Hobbit women after flowers. I'm looking at my garden right now. I know you can't see it. It's early spring, so it's just starting to come back to life. But I'm considering a lot of different flower names for my character. And to me, it's just making this bridge of time between now and October 7th, when the event starts, to be a time of imagination. Who's she gonna be? What's she gonna be like? Who am I gonna meet there? Maybe you. Maybe you watching this. Maybe this will be an opportunity. If we've never had an opportunity to meet before, maybe this is it. But unless we're out of the game area, you have to tell me your Hobbit name. We can't be like, oh, I'm so-and-so from Instagram. Boring. You better be like Cherobius. Okay, that sounds Roman. You better be like Broadfoot the Brave or something. I like that name, actually. But I don't think I'll use it for my character. So I hope you will consider attending. Why not bring your friends, bring your family if you can. It just sounds like the most enchanting, magical time, telling stories around campfires, doing Hobbit dances, eating Hobbit food. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Again, the tickets are only available on the Kickstarter for this narrow window of time, so please click on the link below, or there's probably one floating around on screen somewhere. I'm a bad YouTuber, okay? Click on that, and it'll take you to the Kickstarter page where you can read a lot more about it and decide if it's right for you. But if you can be there, I really hope you will, because I would love to meet other like-minded people and just have fun being a Hobbit, living our best Hobbit lives, exploring the world, and sharing this incredible, unique joy that those of us in the Tolkien community have. It brings so many people together, no matter your differences, no matter your different walks of life. We have this beautiful core heart and soul uniting us all, and I'm just so excited. I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much for watching. With any luck, you will see more Happy Hobbit videos on our channel soon. In the meantime, thank you so much for subscribing, for liking this video, for doing everything that you've done to offer your support. We so appreciate it. And we hope this video, like this festival, leaves you a happy Hobbit. I don't know why I'm saying we when it's me. Because my sister's always with me in spirit. That's why. She's not dead. That sounded like she was dead. She's just physically, like, down the hill. And I'm up the hill. The festival... Sorry, birdie. Concerning hobbits, it's been my go-to chapter for the Fellowship of the Ring, for comfort. While I feel a kinship to many in Middle-earth, hobbits will always hold a special place in my heart. Turn that off. There's a young buck with fuzzy antlers still stomping around in the oaks over there. There are all sorts of hands-on crafts that you can learn